Hello there everyone, this is Mark V and welcome back to Captain of Industry, where the people are fed, the ground is being covered, the dust is being kicked up in the air by the small fleet of trucks coming back and forth doing their thing, and we are basically at the point where we can start to fire up this the dreaded tangle of pipes. All I've done really is I've primed it with oil, and there is some water pressure as well in some of these, so I've run them long enough to do that before pausing and kind of get this thing ready to roll, because this has not been outputting stuff. I had to actually manually disable stuff doing that, but the water treatment plant is ready to go. Well, basically it's well, actually no, it is, yeah. I wasn't sure if I'd run the chlorine or not. I have apparently run the chlorine a little bit, enough to get that sorted. Or it's been delivered by a truck from here. Actually, that's more likely now that I think about it. That's why there's chlorine here in the first place. But anyway, yes, we are ready to start this thing. I also have plans in the background to take the farms and move them over here because I want this space and I want the farms to be running more efficiently than they are now. So there's that. My health keeps bopping back and forth, so I've actually used an edict to boost my health from my office, just to stop it from doing that, because I kept losing workers, and I need workers to run everything. So, who's complaining now? You're complaining because you can't get to that anymore. That is a fair point, actually. I forgot that that had been shut off. I'll have to think about that one. Anyway, let's get on with this. Let's do the thing. We do have a comment really briefly from Happy Hafer as I start to unpause this stuff. Let's go one there, one of them, one of them. I got 2 banks here just because I needed to match to what my current fuel refinery can actually do, which is 2 processes there. So we're going to exceed that with this current loadout, I think, in theory. But yes, Happy Hafer's comment. Well, that is one way to fill your space, I suppose. When I wrote that comment about building water treatment, I had something small in mind, just a few buildings to deal with the little deficit. I certainly didn't have such a large industrial district just for water in mind. Yeah, that's basically this entire area here. So there is a slight difference. I can tell you that one. Let's fire that one, fire that one, fire that one. So I'm just getting the essential machines online right now. I might as well have all 4 of them running, because we do have a big tank reserve, but that's good to go anyway. Right, same goes for oil. Looks like you stack those pipes as high as you reasonably can. Oh yes, in fact, I'll tell you a little something. I kind of cheated with some of these pipes. I'm just going to boot one of those right now. No. That's all of it, except for one machine, the bootstrapping machine. But yeah, pipes can only go 4 high, right? But I found if you have the supporting scaffolds in place, they can actually go up to 5. So these ones here are all actually boosting above the maximum height where I can directly build them. So that's an interesting thing I discovered about these things. That is possible, a possible thing to do. It's more obvious here and here where like all the pipes are at their densest, but it is happening all over the place. Like there's another couple of examples there. All these pipes here. This is 1, 2. And so is this one here. Just boosting up higher than you should be able to as long as you've got the supports to do it. Yeah. So yeah, interesting little thing about pipes there. I expect conveyors can probably do that as well if you have the support pillars close enough. I've just not stacked conveyors high enough to do that. At least not as densely. Right. Moving on. You have future-proofed your water and oil production for quite a while. Yes, quite likely. Remember, this is like a quarter of the eventual throughput possible from this oil thing when it gets to maximum size. So that's what all this space is for anyway, and it is coming along great. Now we just have to see about the permanent part. I can only see having to demolish a good chunk just because a tiny error or oversight messed everything up, but then again you did have plenty of time to double check. That is true. I did double check, and then there was the whole forgot the pipeline to deliver fuel to this supply point here for the ship Yeah, that was a little thing there. Also, between episodes, I spotted some pipes over here that weren't built either to get it functional, but it should work. It should work. In theory. Maybe. It probably work. We're going to fire it up and see. Go away farm notification, go away truck notification. Another reason for getting that operation is this oil deposit is actually getting low. So that's something to be aware of too, but that's not been relied on super much as is, so that'll just trickle out eventually. So, let's start. Not enough workers. Yeah, this is why I wanted more workers and why I was annoyed by my health bouncing back and forth, so I'll pause those two. Those are the non-essentials. I will pause intake on this set as well. Apart from that, that's essentials just to keep that section running. That's one thing I've not done. Not taking advantage of like the low steam into a power generator, but as I said, just ran out of space. That's a frill, an extra. Let's see, you guys running? You are. Good. Are you running? No, you don't have steam yet. Oh, I apparently didn't turn that boiler on. So that's something we are kind of needing to start out with, isn't it? This is steam. Did I think I might have found another point where I've messed this one up. Hang on. Steam pipe. That's this one here. I think I kind of forgot to include bootstrapping for the oil refinery section. Whoops. I've got the water, I've just not got the fuel. Actually, I should have some... No, I don't stockpile that fuel either. We might have a little problem on our hands. Anyway, I will though fire this one. This is my bootstrap for this area, just to set that boiler. But doing that should allow it to get some fuel in and get this thing, at least this part, operational before it transitions over to a fuel gas boiler. In theory. I'm just pondering. I think a bootstrapping pipe connection will be required for this as well. There it goes. We have steam. That is the steam running into this bank here, because these areas have got all that water and stuff in them, all the seawater, but it is not... There it is, little pulse of steam coming through. But this will allow the desalinators to start running, at least in theory. I'm having to watch this very nervously. It's like, have I made massive miscalculations? Not really. I just know I have to keep this running. And I couldn't actually deliver wood chips to it, because I normally have a little storage of stuff I produce. Turns out I don't actually have a storage of wood chips that I could have pulled from for it. So that was a bit of an upsie there. Also got missing this bootstrapping pipe to get this section running. But... well, hopefully I don't come across any other things I might have gotten slightly wrong. We'll have to wait and see though. Dirty black smoke. Must be accepted, at least for the moment, until this boiler can fire up. But that we're waiting on. I guess there's also the fact we're backfilling this area as well, but again, it's just a little bit of steam going through, trying to get things rolling. Actually, that's something I could do. I could just pause the pipeline that's going past this area. There we go. All the steam is going into this one here, which will in turn be feeding into these ones here. Look at that, it's got enough water to fire. All it needs now is the fuel gas. And that fuel gas was coming from over here. That's my immediate source. But for that, I think I need to actually have water coming in through this one. Because I'm a little bit surprised by this one has not actually been getting any water output while this one has. So that, I might need to take a risk and pause this one to get some wastewater over there. Oh, that's something else I didn't build. I didn't build a... Wait, no, yes I did. There it is. Wastewater acceptance tank. Spare wastewater gets dumped into there, and that gets dumped into the system. I need to find where the rest of my wastewater is going and pause that. Which is this one here, actually. Yeah, that would do it. Hey! It's doing something! I just paused the other one, and this one is now starting to move. Yeah, look at that, the lovely, lovely brown sludge just slowly flowing out. Make sure this thing is operational. 94 per month right now. And these guys can produce 140. So yeah, we should be good for water with just those two running right now. I must admit, this has been a less successful start than I was hoping for. I was thinking, we got all the machinery here, it'll be good, just have to flip the switch and off it goes, but nope, that's not quite how it's worked out. There we go, anaerobic digester is now firing up. This produces a rate of 24, this consumes a rate of 18, that means I need another one of them, so I need to bring that stuff in. To be built, I'll pay, get it started up. Okay. That reduces 3. I can't remember the one mixer that deals with the entire output, so we're not going to see that doing anything much for quite a while, but the idea is that the fuel gas is going to start building up in here. Look at that, it's almost there. And then... yeah, look at that. Steam being produced, which is not relying on the dirty boiler there to do it. Very good. That just leaves bootstrapping this area over here because we had a fuel crisis because of all this. So I was producing fuel, and then I was also using fuel for making rubber at the moment as well in those machines I smacked up at the end of last time. So getting this area to start producing is essential. I've just got to wait for it to work its way through all the pipe work. And yes, there's some over here because we do need it in this one here as well, and over there too. So there's a lot of steam is needed to actually get things started. I don't think any of it reached the basic distillation. They're still going to the stage 2. Well, there's a tiny bit flowing down to the stage 1. Oh wow, 1 out of 6. This is going to take a bit. Of all the things to be having trouble with. There we go, tiny pipe built. Let's hope there's not any more. I got tipped off by the fact trucks wanted to get to this thing, which they're not meant to because it's meant to all be automated. But hey, at least stuff is actually starting to fire up now. The precious fluids are flowing at least a little bit. And that shall be the start. Oh yeah, look at all that. There's actually fuel flowing around. Ooh, there's sulfur coming down here. We can't claim credit for this one because my trucks use this as like a sulfur overflow kind of thing. I'm going to have to find a better use for sulfur because right now I'm just stashing it. I'm not using anything. I'm using barely any. And if I don't start using that, I'm going to lose my emission scrubbers. You're firing though. You are trying to work yourself up to it. But we do have a little bit of naphtha. Our first naphtha has come off the lines. You are ticking up slowly but surely, aren't you? What can we use sulfur for? I was just looking it up. I've kind of forgotten. Sulfur. It's used in the production of stage 2 fertilizer. Alright. We are using a little bit in the production of our rubber at the moment. I don't want to burn it because I'm trying to avoid polluting stuff. A little bit of acid. I can use sulfur to help make tofu and animal feed. I didn't know tofu had sulfur in it. Okay. Speaking of, I do need to put up those new farms. Hey, the big ship's wandered off. Very good. Actually, I can stop Unity boosting you now that I don't need your production quite so badly. Because there's fuel. This sector is now running. Slowly, but it is running. Well, I wanted a dramatic start, and I basically got it limping across the starting line, but hey, it's doing something now. I just found another pipeline that wasn't functional. Semi-important one. I mean, it's not ready to go yet because the priorities are the opposite, but it's one that I caught, and it's the one that actually feeds heavy oil through to the cracker, which will produce more diesel and hydrogen. Sorry, diesel and fuel gas from heavy oil and hydrogen. So that wouldn't have worked. Though that said, the priority shift there is actually to dump heavy oil into here, because this is priority for heavy oil as the backup steam source, as I think I discussed. Oh, there's another pipe missing just there. Just have to connect that. There we go. So yeah, there are still some links in the chain missing. So that should be working now. Let's check on you. You don't have any fuel gas. I must stare at the pipes more. I must stare at the pipes more. The pipes will consume you. Yes, they will. It seems to be a lack of steam that's causing issues, actually. As is my habit when I'm working on these games, I do spend a while doing the thing, because the thing is the thing. And then I forget another thing. In this case, you actually have an available upgrade for ship engines. I mean, I literally looked at this right before I started recording this episode, and it's like, I forgot about it, and it's been several hours. What are you going to do? Anyway, steel, mechanical parts, we can do. Electronics, we can't. I will allow it to proceed. And we can't do the electronic parts because I actually paused production, which is actually not the safest things to do, because that usually results in a lot of maintenance. Luckily we're at 2/3, so I caught that in time. That's okay. Go ahead. This area is operating more or less by itself now. No real issues apart from the fact that sulfur's building up a bit too much. I think I might have to build a temporary storehouse for sulfur. Actually, yeah, let's do that. That's probably a really good idea. Just gonna find it. Here we go. Right. Another big old loose storage, which I'll put down over here. Unpause it. I want this quick, so I'll do it. And I want to spend you holding sulfur? Did I build the wrong thing? No, I've got the right thing. I just, for some reason, my brain is going derp, I think. Yes, my brain was just going derp. There it is. Right. Okay, let that build up. So, what have I been spending the last few hours on? Well, I've been poking around with this thing. Not these. These are place markers, trying to work out how I'm going to set this quarry up eventually. Like, I know this quarry needs to be 5 deep to get all the coal out of it. And I'm working out I can get like 2 farms in here. There's another farm with this. There's like 3 farms along, 2 farms across roughly. And that's how it's going to be, and that'll be that deposit. Now, what I've been doing is over here, a longer-term food solution. In other words, it's quote-unquote temporary. It's probably going to last me a couple of centuries. I'll just start pausing it to let that stuff start to build up. And what's kind of taking me a little bit is I'm actually fully automating these ones. Nah, I wish I could click and drag without any trouble. I do want to pause the actual farm buildings themselves though, because those ones are set to actually grow tofu. Yes. I'm not quite done with all the setup, but I am indeed preparing for tofu production. I'm also going to rig this to accept inbound... yeah, words! Come on, iMark3, use the wordy thingamajigger. Yes, I'm going to rig it to accept inbound supplies of organic fertilizer. So organic fertilizer will come in down here, be prioritized, and then the pipe, it's the only pipeline that's not been left, but that you can see the space for it. We'll prioritize mixing organic fertilizer through here. So any organic fertilizer I wind up making should be shunted around. Unless I can find something else to do with my compost. That's actually another issue. So compost produced, I want to consume it. Organic fertilizer, dirt. I don't have anything else to do with it. I hope there is something else I can do with it, but I really don't know. But yeah, that said, this is what got over here so far. I think I've overdone this one slightly, but the plan is for this to be a food processing / storage area. You can see I'm already setting up for wheat over here. I think I only need 3 of these, not 4. One will be for animal feed, which will be coming out. Potatoes and corn. Vegetables is actually a solid one to go to over there. So yeah, I just need to get that stuff sorted out. But for now, getting everything operational again is probably a good idea to try and do. Oh, that's the thing. Oh yeah, I was running a bit short on coal actually as well, so I will reassign one of my, well, my only spare digger into the quarry over there just to get a bit more coal going. What would it cost me to get guns? Oh, I can't because there's stuff already ongoing. Fair enough. You guys go fine. I decided to have it over here this way because I am going to try and process the exhaust from it, from this boiler, even though this boiler is burning wood chips. I was actually considering just like putting together like an electrolyzer and then just like get ethanol and stuff. Sorry, electrolyzer, it's hydrogen, then hydrogen burn that, and I realised I'd like need a whole bunch of more complex equipment. So, you know, for simplicity, we're just going for wood burning. Truck fed because, well, I might tear it out for something else later. I have to wait and see. Oh no, not enough maintenance. Ah! The problems are arising. Another momentous day is upon us. Because we can actually get rid of this bootstrapper now. At least I think we can. This area is actually all backed up in terms of... Well, that's the exhaust pipe. That's not the one I want to be looking at. Steam, here we go. Should be backed up in terms of steam. I was just looking at that thing. Why is there steam in that one? That's just me being stupid, apparently. Steam. There's a load of steam. Why are you backed up? You're backed up from exhaust again. Okay. That said, all these things are running full tilt, so I think these guys are running off the inputs from just these guys. That's running. I know it's running okay because fuel tanks is basically full on this end, so I don't think I need that guy anymore. I can just go ahead and scrap it out. Like so. So quick and easy. Excise the burner, which was feeding over here. So that should all be okay. I mean, that one was just plugged straight into the exhaust system, so shouldn't be an issue. Unless that's exhaust, that is exhaust. It seems to be this is why you don't want to mix the pipes, really. It seems to get confused every so often. So if I just turn you around for now, that frees up this part here. Just get rid of you completely. And that should be all free to continue now. Good, yes. Working. In short, don't mix the pipes. Mix the streams, you're going to regret it. That's probably best to put it. Oh. Our boat has big old exhaust. not getting in the way of the firing angles of that rear turret just a tiny bit. Probably overthinking things just a little. Okay, so if I upgrade to you, electronics, mech parts, steel, and if I order for that one as well, yeah, I can kind of do that. Don't have the mechanical parts needed, but that's not too hard. Just straight up iron. Shouldn't be too good. What do I mean, shouldn't be too good? Don't jinx it. You fool. Don't jinx it. Ah, this is looking much better. Much more industrious. It looks like I actually want to feed my people. Oh my, what a strange sight this is. Well, it's getting started. And as you can see, it's already backed up, so yeah, I had to kind of rush the production of this bit a little bit, just to try and get the feed sorted out. Just quick delivery of those two. You're set for the soybeans, you're set for the wheat. Quick deliver that one actually. I stripped out the extra one, but there is the space for another silo off that way if I want to, but that one taking potato, that one's taking corn. I don't know if there's another thing that needs the U-shaped belt to deal with, but if there is, I can always add that back in. More importantly though, this now has silos, so all of the stuff that's trying to come down here, apart from that bit there, which is just going up. Come on, build it. Quick deliver. That was like one piece of rubber. But yeah, these suppliers are all starting, so this will be able to take over food production basically as soon as these two fire up as well, because these four all produce wheat and these guys produce soybeans instead, so that's why I want 6, plus I've got 6 farms as is trying to feed everything, so this should be okay in theory anyway. And the game does claim I have a low food supply, there is that. I feel like I want, because this is the most congested one, I should upgrade it to max that I can. Probably that one too. Come on. Yes, we've got the first pieces of wheat starting to go through. That is going to be turned into flour. I mean, I was considering getting ethanol through the corn mush, but got to remember I can't actually do anything with animal feed either. Why is it saying exclamation mark on that? It shouldn't be, because it does have an export route for the feed. And I'll just accelerate this entire thing. I don't know why I cheaped out on it, because that's the thing about the farms. It does actually produce in bulk after all. Fertilizer. I don't know if they've been getting any fertilizer at all. Oh no, there. See, let's get some fertilizer. Good. But this is all working. So we've got ourselves an actual food factory area, a temporary, quote unquote, factory food area, but still factory food area. Jolly good. Apparently I'm out of level 2 materials, but that's okay. I'm also completely out of time for recording as well, because this game overran massively, as it tends to do. But yeah, that's neither here nor there, is it? How are you doing? Still waiting for 10 more steel. Really? Well, to be fair, I've only got like two smelters actually making steel, so I've not really been prioritising that production. So that shouldn't be taking more than a few moments. Power output. Current production, total production capacity 24. That might be an issue. These guys need power, 200 kilowatts, 200 kilowatts. Do I need a new power plant? My generator's running at 10.5 megawatts. Is that my cap? Is that all I can do? Because these guys aren't doing much of anything. They're trying to, bless them, but they're trying to. And this plant does have extra as a backup reserve kind of thing, but Yeah, it looks like they've actually been tapped and drained, so I guess I need another power plant as well. The question is, what kind of power plant should I make? And where should I put it? And what should I fuel it with? Questions, questions, questions. Are you guys done digging? Oh, we're out of... This is the other problem. I mean, see how bad my iron consumption is? I have got so much space. This quarry isn't even laid out properly for the walls, and I'm already getting down to the bottom of it, so it's just like... Yeah. You're okay. Pretty much. Could probably do with more dumping space over there too, but... Yeah. I guess we're going to end this episode on a bit of a... Ooh, battleship. Shiny. Shiny, shiny, shiny. Yes, load 70 crew. And hopefully that fuel tank does what it says and it gives me range. Does it give me range? It does give me range. Go and explore. And with that, we have triumph. Ignore the rolling blackouts. We have triumph, and so we declare the episode ended there. I'm going to have to fix that as a priority, I suppose. One drawback of all this stuff is that, well, things get more and more power intensive, don't they? But yes. This has been Iron Mark 3. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. It's been a slightly oddball episode, but it's bounced around here, there, and somewhere else. So I guess that's what matters, really. But the important thing is, this area is making fuel. This area is also making fuel. I can actually probably stop this one now. It is dumping sour water, so I do want to stop it doing that. But I've not rigged this place to accept manual deliveries of sour water, unfortunately. And we've also got food. Foodie, foodie, food. Ooh. The things that go bump in the night are getting ever more vicious. Oh my! We also got electronics. Wow. Stuff I can't make, it's giving me a whole bunch of. Along with... Apparently that radar range... Oh, I have to take it back, don't I? The radar range actually did something, because the boat being nearby has revealed the nearby locations. So that's what the radar does. It doesn't actually include explorer range, it's just if the ship goes nearby, it does the thing. 2 enemy ships and a treasure chest. And that is a mine of some kind. Oh wait, no. It says there, uranium mine. Interesting. That means I can explore just by parking the ship near it. But yeah, I have to end there though. So you can tell I've been recording all day because my outro has been completely disorganized as a result. But yes. Where was I? Thank you very much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. Feel free to like, share, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Helps out me, helps out the channel. Gives me those virtual head pats I oh so crave. As my base struggles to operate in the background. And I'll see you all some other time. Not quite got to the point where I've got bread and tofu ready to go. But the machinery is in place for it. Even if the people and power is not. So it's still progress, I guess.